There are a lot of things that the Diné are doing against the traditional teachings of our people that if this was back in the time of our great-great-great-grandparents and that, they could not remain Diné. Among the teachings of our people, there are certain things that you cannot do and should never ever do or even consider. If you did, then there was a possibility that you could not remain Diné. And there are so many people now in the world that believe that every civilization practiced slavery, and that it includes all the different Native American tribes or indigenous people. But the traditional teaching of the Diné and our old people, they said you cannot deprive another person of their freedom. You cannot have them as slaves. And the way they say it is, and that was the way that they say it. That means to take the person's opportunities away from them to gain joy, happiness, confidence, and peace in their life, that you as an individual have no right to ever consider doing such a thing. And if you did, you could not remain Diné. And sadly, that was one of the reasons why a lot of the clan families and that left and went on their way and practiced slavery in some other part of the continent. But the Diné teaching itself says that you cannot have slaves or you cannot deprive people of their freedom and remain Diné, which is that the holy people don't want you to practice such things. The teaching is that the purpose of life is to gain joy, happiness, confidence, and peace throughout your existence in this, the third world. And you cannot take it upon yourself to deprive anyone else of that particular purpose of life. Statements that are made by some people saying that every civilization practiced slavery. Well, the teachings of our people, it is against the way that we were supposed to be Diné would tell us, and we have been taught that you cannot have slaves. There's so many things in our traditional teachings in that reflect the idea that everybody understood the principle of not ever owning slaves or not ever making slaves of anybody. When a person was purchased and they brought them home or to their community, that 4 days is what they used to say. That means in 4 days' time that person would have a necklace put about their neck, and they would then become a part of that family. There's evidence of the people who were adopted into to become Diné, and there are people that will say two clans that they are. The one that they may have originated from would be one of the clans, and then the clan that adopted them, that would become their mother type clan. And then of course they would include the father clan, and then in a clan that they were adopted into, they would adopt the grandfather clan from the mother and the father of the clan that they were adopted into. And those were the ways that they used to do that. And to this day, there are people that still claim maybe 2 or 3 clans that they may have come from before they became their ancestors became Diné. Sometime during the latter 1500s, when Perez attacked the Zuni village, what they did is they killed hundreds of Zuni people, and the Zuni people fled. And my great-great-great-great-grandfather, somewhere back in there, he saved some of these people, and he adopted them into his family. And so to this day, we have people of the clan that claim to be Zuni, and also they include the clan that they were adopted into by my grandfather. And so to this day, there are people that claim that they are of the Diné, or the Zuni people. Throughout the history of our people, we have had these teachings, and they were not just suggestions or guidelines, they were very strict. And if you violated those, you could not remain Diné. And that brings us to the present day. There are a lot of things that the Diné are doing against the traditional teachings of our people, that if this was back in the time of our great-great-great-grandparents and that, they could not remain Diné. And so those are the things that we are encouraged to remember, to recall. And that's why some of the teachings of our people, and it being lost, we need to regain the understanding of those teachings. And so those are the things that we are told.